Have you ever woken up in the morning, opened your eyes, and felt like doing nothing? Not because you're sleepy, not because you're physically tired, but a heavy, empty, nameless feeling, like the world is out there waiting for you to step out, but you have no reason to. And the worst part is, no one sees it from the outside. You still wake up on time, still brush your teeth, still go to work, but inside, you're fighting yourself every minute. Bullseye if you are feeling like this. Stay with this video, because what you are experiencing is not strange. It is not laziness, as you often blame yourself, but a very clear call from within you, that it is time to look back. Why am I living? And what am I living for? Blank. Underscore. Blank. I remember there was a period when every morning I would wake up, look at the ceiling and have a vague feeling. Am I going to repeat yesterday all over again? Nothing was really wrong, but nothing excited me either. I began to wonder, is this how most of us live? Waking up to an alarm clock, working out of obligation, and trying not to collapse. If you're feeling tired despite getting enough sleep, depressed for no apparent reason, or like there's some kind of void inside you that you can't quite place, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not wrong to feel that way. Blank. Underscore. Blank. Many people will say, you're just lazy, or be strong. Everyone gets tired, but that doesn't help, does it? Because if it were just laziness, you wouldn't feel so bad about it. What you're feeling is actually a signal from your own emotional and mental control system. When you no longer see the point in waking up, it's not because you're weak. It's because your mind is reacting to a life that lacks direction, emotional connection, and a deep reason to start the day. Blank. Underscore. Blank. And you know what? The most dangerous thing isn't the fatigue. It's the lingering emptiness, the creeping meaninglessness, and the feeling of, I don't want to start, that repeats itself day after day, to the point where you forget what it feels like to actually be alive. You did nothing wrong, but you can't continue living like this forever. So the question here is not just how to get motivated, which is, why did I lose it? What am I missing inside that makes living so difficult? Blank. Underscore. Blank. If you're looking for a way out, a small light to light up the path you've forgotten, the first thing you need isn't an inspirational video. It's being honest with your own feelings. This video won't promise you'll wake up energized tomorrow, but it will help you understand the real reason behind your mental fatigue, and in doing so, reignite your inner fire. This journey started with a very simple question. What do I live for? And if you don't have the answer yet, this video will help you find it. Read on, because sometimes, just one insight is enough to change the entire way you approach your next morning. Do you know, there's nothing more frustrating than opening your eyes in the morning and feeling like there's no reason to get out of bed. Not because you're lazy, but because you don't see a big enough reason to start. And if you've ever asked yourself, why am I the way I am? Then you're probably facing a truth that goes much deeper than what others can see. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 1. You have lost touch with your own meaning in life. Waking up without knowing why you woke up is one of the emptiest feelings. Without a clear purpose, each morning becomes a repetition. Each action becomes a mechanical habit, not something that makes you alive. Maybe you are working, pursuing something, but you don't know what you are really aiming for. You don't know why you started, and gradually, you don't remember why you have to continue. When the why disappears, every have to becomes a burden. Try asking yourself again, what am I living for, if you can't answer that question. Don't be surprised if every morning becomes a struggle. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 2. You're mentally exhausted without realizing it. Stress comes not just from what you have to do, but also from what you keep holding back. Mounting responsibilities, strained relationships, financial pressures, expectations from others. These are all burdens that you carry into bed and wake up with still not rid of. Then there comes a point where you no longer feel excited about anything. What used to make you happy no longer seems appealing. Even washing your face, making a cup of coffee, or turning on your computer becomes difficult. It's not laziness, it's burnout, the silent exhaustion that modern society ignores. And you're not alone. Many people are suffering from it. They just don't have a name for it. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 3. You're sleeping, but your mind isn't resting. You may be in bed for 7 to 8 hours a night, but still wake up feeling like you haven't slept at all. The reason is that your sleep quality is worse than you think. The light from your phone screen, the habit of staying up late, the disruption of your circadian rhythm, all of these things keep your brain from regenerating properly. And when your body clock is disrupted, your natural energy is disrupted. Your brain doesn't know when to be awake and when to rest. As a result, you wake up feeling foggy, tired, and disoriented for no apparent reason. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 4. Your brain is running out of dopamine, the motivational chemical. Dopamine is what makes you want to take action, to accomplish things, to move forward. But today's society is depleting your dopamine faster than ever. You scroll through social media for hours, watch quick videos, get instant rewards. Your brain gets used to ease. Anything that requires effort, waiting, or doesn't have an immediate feeling, your brain rejects it. Worse, you no longer feel the joy of completing small tasks, because you've become accustomed to dopamine coming from the outside, not from within. And that's why you feel like nothing is worth starting anymore. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 5. Self-doubt and negative self-talk are controlling you. I'm not good enough. I'm sure I'll fail. No matter how hard I try, nothing will change. How many times a day do you hear these statements? Your inner dialogue, what you say to yourself, is the most powerful influence on motivation. When your mind is filled with denial, criticism, and doubt, no matter how much encouragement you get from the outside, you will ignore it, especially when you compare yourself to others. Looking at their seemingly perfect lives on social media and feeling like you're not good enough. But you forget, you're comparing your behind-the-scenes life to their highlight show. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 6. You are living in delay mode. There's a very common but rarely named state, living in wait mode. It means you're not completely giving up, but you're not really living either. You wait for inspiration to strike. You wait for circumstances to change. You wait for someone to acknowledge you, for an opportunity to fall from somewhere. And in the meantime, every morning is just another day you put your life on hold. You're not wrong to want something good to happen. But if you don't take steps, don't take action, don't get started, inspiration will never come to you. Blank. Underscore. Blank. And you see, you're not weak. You're not different. You're just dealing with a series of problems that modern society has created. But few people are talking about them directly. The important thing is, you can change that, little by little, and in the next part, we will explore together how to rebuild motivation from within you, in the most sustainable, simple, and practical way. If you are hearing these words, remember, you still have a chance to start over. Not tomorrow, but tomorrow morning, when you open your eyes. There are mornings when you open your eyes, look at the ceiling, and there's no reason to get out of bed. Not sad, not happy, just not wanting to do anything. And it confuses you, because you don't feel depressed. You eat normally, you make small talk, but somewhere along the line, you feel like you're drifting into a void. Directionless, unconnected. It's a manifestation of a hidden form of depression, a spiral that no one notices until it's too deep. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 1. Behavioral depression, not sad. Just numb. This isn't the kind of depression you see in the movies. No tears. No screaming. No outright despair. This is behavioral depression. You slowly lose touch with everything. Simple tasks like cleaning your room, sending an email, or even replying to a text message become a burden. Your brain no longer sees these tasks as a natural part of life, but as threats to avoid, because they take up energy you don't have anymore. And so you procrastinate, not because you're lazy, but because your brain is blocked by a heavy feeling that you can't explain. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 2. Maslow's model and the collapse of motivation. Think of your brain as a building. The bottom floor is your basic needs, safety, health, financial stability. The top floor is growth, creativity, inspiration. But if the bottom floor cracks, then everything above it will collapse. Many people try to motivate themselves by reading books, listening to podcasts, watching inspirational videos, but they don't realize that they are living in insecurity. Insecurity about money, insecurity about relationships, insecurity about themselves. If you don't feel safe, stable, connected, your brain won't fuel higher goals. It's simply in survival mode, not growth mode. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 3. When the brain defaults to procrastination, because pain equals danger. There's an interesting fact about the human brain. It prioritizes avoiding pain over seeking pleasure. That's why you often put off difficult tasks, even when you know they're important. Even simple things like getting out of bed, exercising, or sitting at a desk are registered by the brain as inconvenient, exerting, unpleasant, and in that moment, the brain will automatically choose the easier thing: scrolling through the phone, watching a short video, sleeping for another 10 minutes. We don't procrastinate because we're weak. We procrastinate because our brains are biologically wired to avoid difficulty. The problem is, if you don't know this, you'll think you've got a problem, when in fact, you're just being fooled by your own brain. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 4. Disconnection from dopamine, the fuel of action. Dopamine is what makes you want to do something. But if you're used to instant rewards, like surfing the internet, playing games, getting compliments, your brain will ignore slow burn pleasures. For example, completing a big project can be deeply satisfying. But since there's no immediate reward, your brain doesn't trigger dopamine. And so you give up before you even start. When you no longer feel excited about small tasks, like folding laundry, writing a few lines in your journal, completing 10 minutes of reading, your brain no longer has a reason to jump out of bed the next morning. Blank. Underscore. Blank. Final message. You're not broken, you're just misunderstood. If you find yourself losing motivation, procrastinating, feeling empty, stop beating yourself up. Understand that there are psychological, biological, and emotional mechanisms at work within you, and you can redesign your behavior to regulate them, not with a burst of inspiration, but with clear awareness and small, consistent actions. The key is not in knowing what to do, but in understanding yourself, and from that understanding, you start taking steps, slowly but surely, to regain your own control. Blank. Underscore. Blank. Imagine you just opened your eyes in the morning. What is the first thing you do? If the answer is pick up your phone, you're not alone. But that small action is silently sabotaging the quality of your morning and your energy for the rest of the day. Sound a little drastic? It is, because sometimes it's the small, invisible habits that are the most destructive, especially in the first 30 minutes after waking up. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 1. Pick up your phone and lose your mind. When you open your eyes and immediately scroll through Facebook, Instagram, read emails or messages, you are letting the outside world into your mind before you even have time to listen to yourself. The flood of information from social media, news, drama, advertising, all at once, and your brain can't react. It's overwhelmed. Every notification pulls you in a different direction. Every image makes you compare. Every news feed creates unnecessary anxiety. And the danger is, you start your day reacting, not choosing. You are reacting to what others create, instead of proactively living what you choose. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 2. No. Morning ritual. Your mind drifts. In many cultures, people have morning rituals, meditation, prayer, exercise, journaling, not because it's mystical, it's because the brain needs clear signals to switch states. If you don't have any morning routine, every morning feels like a fog. There's no line between rest and action. You'll find yourself wandering through your own schedule, not knowing what to do first. And without a clear start, the rest of the day gets swept away by emotions, distractions, and 100 other random things. You don't need a perfect morning. You just need a clear enough ritual to tell your brain, it's time to make this day meaningful. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 3. Not writing goals means having no direction. Try asking, what do you want to achieve this morning? If you can't answer right away, it's a sign of a floating day. When your goals aren't clear, you'll do things based on your emotions, and it's easy to get lost. You open your email because you feel stressed. Scroll through your phone because you feel bored. Do something easy because you're afraid of failing at something harder. And then at the end of the day, You ask yourself, why am I so busy that I haven't accomplished anything? Writing down a specific goal every morning, even if it's just one line, is a way to take back control. It's a way to say to yourself, I'm not living by accident. I'm on purpose. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 4. No feedback equals no progress equals no desire to try. The human brain runs on rewards. When you see progress, you feel excited. When you see results, you want to keep going. But if you don't have any feedback mechanisms, like checking off tasks, keeping a progress diary, or simply telling yourself, I just finished this, your brain doesn't release dopamine. And without dopamine, your sense of accomplishment slowly fades away. Things become dull, unresolved, and unrewarding, and so you stop trying. It's like driving in the fog. You keep going, but you can't see where you're going. Blank. Underscore. Blank. Final message. No good morning, no good day. You don't need to wake up at 5 a.m. You don't need to meditate for 30 minutes or run a marathon every morning. But you do need to have an intentional morning. You need to design a few small, powerful behaviors that set the tone. Just change 3 simple things. Do not touch the phone for the first 30 minutes. Perform 1 to 2 ritualized behaviors. Write. Stretch. Drink water. Write down a single goal for today. Only that's it, but it's enough to take back control of your morning. And from there, take back control of your life. You don't have to overthrow the world tomorrow morning. You just need to do one small thing. A very small thing, but enough for your brain to understand. I have started. And you know what? That's how every big change in life starts, with one small step. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 1. Start with the simplest thing you can do. Not an hour at the gym. Not a 10-page business plan. Making the bed. Sounds simple, right? But making your bed is the first thing you do in the day that shows you can get something done. It wakes up your brain with a signal. We're not standing still anymore. We're doing something. Or drink a glass of water. Sit up straight. Open a window. All those little things are like triggers that help you get out of a slump. Because small actions lead to small actions, and create a positive chain reaction. A morning that starts with 3 minutes of focus leads to 15 minutes of work. And then you're surprised to find that you've accomplished more than you expected, just from that first action. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 2. Change your inner dialogue. Talk to yourself differently. We often wake up with a heavy mind. And the first thing that comes to mind is, another day, or worse. I don't feel like doing anything. Try stopping. And instead of judging yourself, just acknowledge the feeling. I'm not feeling well. And that's okay. This is a crucial step. You don't fight the emotion. But you don't let it define you either. Depression is not who you are. It's just a passing rainstorm. You can stand still. Hold your umbrella, and wait it out. Then, instead of asking, what should I do today? Change the question to, right pointing arrow. What meaningful thing can I do today? No matter how small, this question is not pressure. It opens the door for you to find your inner motivation again. 3. Make your morning your sacred ritual. Mornings shouldn't start with your phone. Mornings should start with a moment just for you. No interruptions. No notifications. No comparisons. Try a simple sequence of actions like drink a glass of water, stretch for a few minutes, meditate or breathe for 5 minutes, write one gratitude, write down only one goal for the day. It only takes 15 to 20 minutes. But it's the time you spend reconnecting with your inner power. Others may be in a hurry, but you choose to live intentionally. And that morning, no matter how chaotic the world outside is still your own sacred hour. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 4. Live with purpose, but break it down into steps. No one stays motivated if they don't know where they're going. And no one keeps going if the road ahead is too long. So, you need 2 things. 1. A profound reason to live each day to the fullest. 2. And the small steps are easy enough not to discourage you. Write down the question: why do I want to live fully today? No need for a perfect answer, just enough to feel like something is worth the effort. Then, break everything down into specific actions. Instead of write a book, write pointing arrow, write a 200-word paragraph. Instead of lose weight, write pointing arrow, no soda today. Instead of living positively, write pointing arrow, writing one thing to be grateful for in a journal. You don't have to do big things. You have to do what is possible. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 5. Cut the fake dopamine and rebuild the real reward. Every time you open social media, watch a short video, or read something unnecessary, you're getting an artificial dopamine hit. It's fast, cheap, addictive, and it saps your brain of real motivation. So, limit your phone for at least 30 minutes after waking up. Don't expose your brain to cheap rewards when you first wake up. Instead, create an internal reward. Every time you complete a task, no matter how small, stop for 5 seconds and acknowledge it. Tell yourself, I did it. Sounds simple, but it's a way to rebuild your natural dopamine feedback loop, making you want to keep doing it without having to force yourself to. Blank. Underscore. Blank. Final message. You don't need anyone to motivate you every morning. Because the only person who can rekindle the fire inside you is you. Start small. Ask yourself a positive question. Write down your reason for living. Create a morning ritual, and protect your own light from the chaos outside. There is no magic formula. There are just choices every day, small ones. But they have the power to change your life. You may have wondered, why don't I want to do anything, even though I know I need to do it? And perhaps, like millions of others, you've concluded, I must be lazy. But no, you are not lazy. You are not broken. You are just lost. And the best part is, you can absolutely find your way back. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 1. Every morning is an opportunity for rebirth. We often think that something big has to happen for our lives to change. But in fact, rebirth doesn't come from a milestone, but from a morning, ordinary, quiet, and seemingly unremarkable. Every morning, when you open your eyes, you have an opportunity, a chance to do it again. Opportunity to choose differently. The opportunity to stop living by instinct and live consciously and with direction. You don't wake up to run after life. You wake up to lead it. And when you truly reconnect with why you want to live, for a loved one, for a goal that awaits, for the person you want to become, you no longer have to force yourself to try. Because then, every action you take will come from choice, not compulsion. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 2. Don't expect perfection, just start. Many people lose motivation for a seemingly reasonable reason. Today I am not strong enough to do well. And so they choose to do nothing. But that's like saying, I can't climb the whole mountain today, so I won't take the first step. The truth is, you don't need to become the best version of yourself right away. You just have to be the one who starts over. Every day, be kinder to yourself. You don't need to inspire anyone. Just by living your morning intentionally. You are different from the 90% of people who are still stuck on autopilot mode. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 3. A morning with direction is the first step to a life with inner strength. You know, successful people don't start their day by checking the news or scrolling through social media. They start their day with intention. The intention could be very simple. I will be fully present when I have breakfast with my family today. Today I will complete one single but important task. Today I will not let my emotions pull me away from the path I have chosen. A morning like that, no fuss, no perfection, is enough to lay the foundation for a solid day. And if you maintain a morning like that every day, you will see your whole life gradually being redesigned. Blank. Underscore. Blank. 4. The journey back begins with acceptance. If you are in a period of disorientation, remember this. You don't need to know all the answers. You just need to know where you are, and be willing to start over. Change does not begin with great desire. It starts with a gentle acceptance. Yeah, I'm tired, but I still have a choice. I'm lost, but I still have the ability to turn back. I don't know what the future holds, but today, I choose to move forward. Blank. Underscore. Blank. Final message. If you're feeling lost, consider each morning a reminder. You are still here. You still have a chance. You still have a path, even if you don't see it clearly today. You are not lazy. You just need a little light to guide you. And that light starts from within you. If you're finding your way back, leave a comment below, sharing how you're feeling today. And if this video resonates with you, don't forget to like and share it with someone you think needs to hear this. Especially, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos, because the journey of building inner strength should not be done alone. We will accompany each other every day.